Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we will be talking about an incident that did happen with Lionel Messi in the tunnel. Then we will be talking about Dembele's injury update, and lastly we will be talking about Bernardo Silva and his potential move to FC Barcelona. And so we are first going to start with the Messi incident. And so this is going to be a very interesting topic because this is something that did just come out, and I really do want to talk about what he did say in the tunnel, because when we were in a 3-1 lead, right, and we were going into the locker room and then the players were coming back and getting ready in the tunnel and ready to come out to go play the second half, Messi did say a few words to his teammates that I do want to discuss. And so look, we have to remember this was after a 3-1 promising first half display, and when Messi was there and when he did arrive, he did say one thing to his players that really did stood out, and he said this: "We're going to be calm, we have 2 goals ahead, let's not be stupid." And when I first read this and heard this, when I saw the video, I'm like, did Messi really just say that to his own players? And I think that it is really important to analyze these words, because besides analyzing what's going on the pitch and what players are doing, I think that the second most important thing is what's going on outside of the pitch. Like, what are the people doing in the locker room? What are they doing in the tunnel? How are they reacting? What are they saying? Those are some very interesting insights that is always going to be talked about, and this right here is something very, very important. And so with this Messi statement in the first half, this told me 2 things. The first one is Messi changed as a player. I think that what we saw here and what we heard, Messi's becoming more of a leader, and that is something very important, because as FC Barcelona fans, we know that Messi's not the best leader in the world. We know that he's not the type of person to scream at his players on the field, and we also know that instead of talking to his players and saying do this, do that, the best way to show his leadership is by showing his promising displays and what he does on the pitch. That is his form of leadership. But when Messi speaks and his voice does come out, the players are going to listen, because this is a player that hardly does speak. But seeing this incident here in the tunnel, I think that it is safe to say that Messi is not the same player anymore. And to be honest, this is the type of attitude we do need in FC Barcelona. There is no such thing as Club de Amigos. We can be nice to each other. We really do need to pick things up, and having this type of attitude in the tunnel before going into the second half is exactly what Barcelona do need. And so moving on to point number 2, and this is where things get very interesting, right? Because this is a question that I did ask myself, right? I really did think about this statement, and I really asked, like, okay, could this be the reason why Barcelona performed the way they did in the second half? Because in my last video, I did explain that in the second half, our display really did drop, and I'm talking about the tempo, the intensity. Barcelona did not show that same energy from the first half into the second half. Because look, let's read this again. He said, "We're going to be calm, we have 2 goals ahead, let's not be stupid." Why would Messi say such words? Could this be the reason why our second half performance did drop? And I think that what Messi was trying to look for was a balance, and I'm going to give you guys an example of what I mean by that, because I really do need you guys to understand what's going on here. So there is situation A and situation B. Situation A is he does not want his players to fall asleep. The best example is when Semedo was playing against Napoli and Semedo was not paying attention on that corner kick, and Ter Stegen had to tell Semedo to wake up and to pay attention for that corner kick. Then you have situation B, which is when a player has too much energy and their adrenaline really picks up, which leads into a mistake. For example, Jordi Alba against Liverpool back in 2019. His adrenaline was so high that he had to overthink his plays, and then throughout the 15-minute break, he had a breakdown and he started crying. So we have situation A and situation B. And I think that what Messi did say here is that he wants his players to meet in the middle, which is to not fall asleep and not have too much adrenaline either. And it really does make sense, right? Because he says we have to be calm, not have too much adrenaline, but we also have 2 goals ahead. Let's not bottle this. Let's relax. And I think that after bottling 2 semifinals in a row, I think that Messi really does know his teammates. He knows what these players might do and where they might go and where their head may be in situations like this. That is why I say that this is so important to talk about, because going into the quarterfinals, going against Bayern, and then maybe potentially going up against Man City, this is the type of leadership these Barcelona players really do need. And it is great to see that. I love to see that Messi is really keeping these players in check, because he really does know them. He knows exactly what to say to these players, especially in the tunnel before going into the second half. So even though this statement was very funny, it was also very detailing. And so speaking about Lionel Messi, we are going to move on to the other incident that happened in the first half, and that was between Messi and Koulibaly. So apparently Koulibaly did kick Lionel Messi in the penalty area, which led to a Suarez penalty kick. But when Messi did get kicked by that defender, it scared many fans, and many people were worried that Messi could potentially might be injured. And it was clear that after that incident, Messi really did lower his intensity on the pitch and his pressing, because before that Messi was pressing the defenders extremely well, but after that he immediately dropped his level, and it was understandable. We don't want Messi to continue to play at that rate with that much pain. And so we do have some updates on what's going on with his left leg, and it says here, according to Javi Miguel, Messi had a severe bruise on the inner side of his left ankle with a tomb blowing area due to the blunt blow. Doctors provided him with after party painkillers to lower the pains, and this morning he started recovery treatment based on anti-inflammatory. Then he continued to say that it will take 48 hours for Messi to recover and start training with his companions. If there is no setback, it is scheduled that between Tuesday or Wednesday, Messi will exercise with the group with no problem. And so, yes, does Messi have pain? He does, but it is nothing really serious. He did not tore anything or pull anything. Messi is okay, and it has been confirmed by Cat Radio that Messi just has a strong blow. The examinations carried out on the Argentine this morning confirmed that he only has a strong contusion in his left ankle. He will be able to play against Bayern on Friday. So just to sum it all up, Messi is ready for Bayern Munich. He will be okay. He will be starting in that match, and so Messi will be expected to not have any setbacks, and we should see him in this match on Friday. Moving on to the next topic of the day, and we're going to be talking about Dembele. And so we do have some quick updates. Many people have asked what's going on with Dembele. We have all expected Dembele to play against Napoli, but that wasn't the case. But it says here that Dembele did train with the group today with no problem, and that Dembele will be in Lisbon with the team. And so with that being said, we do have a match on Friday against Bayern, and the big question is Dembele going to start in the match against Bayern Munich? And to me, I'm going to have to say that it's a 10%. I don't see Dembele starting in that match, but if you were to ask, is Dembele going to participate in this match, I would give it a 50-50. I think that it is hugely going to depend on the training throughout this whole week. If he has no relapses or any other injury, Dembele will be okay. Maybe Dembele could play around 10 to 15 minutes against Bayern, but it's not going to be a huge part. And moving on to the last topic of the day, and we're going to be talking about Bernardo Silva. So there has been this rumor going on in the media stating that Bernardo Silva has been linked with FC Barcelona. And if you guys don't know who he is a Portuguese attacking midfielder who does play for Manchester City, and this is undebatable. Bernardo Silva is a world-class player. It would be an honor for a player like him to be playing at FC Barcelona, and at 25 years old, if Barcelona were to sign this player, he will serve Barcelona for years to come. And it says here, according to Telegraph, that Barcelona will try to tempt Bernardo Silva away from Manchester City. The Catalans will make an offer including players in a swap deal with City long-term admirers of right back Nelson Semedo. And to be very honest here, regardless of how good this player is, I really do see this move impossible in this summer. And it is because of three things. One is because Bernardo Silva does cost 88 million euros, a very expensive transfer, a transfer where we do have to swap a lot of players in or sell even more players than originally planned. And moving on to the second reason, if Barcelona is thinking about bringing in Nelson Semedo in this operation to get this midfielder in, I would say no, it would not be ideal, because Nelson Semedo right now, after seeing the performance that he did put out against Napoli, I do not want to see Nelson Semedo leave. I think that Semedo can be a world-class player when he is on top of his game, and so I would say no, it would not be worth it. And seeing that Semedo might sign a contract extension until 2025, I say that we should really focus on that contract extension. And moving on to the third reason, I think that with the new arrival of Pjanic and the return of Alenya, it would not make sense to bring in another midfielder into our squad, and it would also be a disservice to Alenya and maybe potentially Bernardo Silva himself, because with the likes of De Jong, Ricky Puig and Busquets, who are clearly more than untouchable in that midfield, it's really going to take away the minutes from players like Alenya and Silva, and maybe potentially even Pjanic. And so in the end, bringing in Bernardo Silva to Barcelona would not be ideal, especially in this summer. But if this rumor does end up building up and we do hear new details, we will be talking about it here in this YouTube channel. So make sure to please like, subscribe, comment. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. That'll be it for today's Barcelona Daily News. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.